Okay, so today I'm going to talk about the kickoff summer program, a wrap-up party, and a special craft program, and then a little bit of outreach. So for a kickoff summer program, I really thought this year we could incorporate the theme and have passports. The Highsmith Journal ordering catalog has passports, and in my resources I have a list of how much they cost. But they're these little passport like reading journals. So I thought that at the kickoff program you could pass these out, and they can go around to the different events that you're having. Maybe you can have stations for different countries, maybe have different people come and have food from different countries, get your community involved, local restaurants, community groups involved in that, and then have storytellers telling different stories from their different cultures and countries, and music, of course. And in our situation where we are in Butte County, it gets over 100 degrees during the summer. And so we want to utilize the outdoor space soon because we're not going to have it. They're going to all be inside the rest of the summer. So off your kickoff program, if you could utilize the outdoor space and the indoor space, that would be the benefit. And make it a community event and celebrate the culture that's actually in your own community. I also talked about with the journals, you could give stamps for like different country stamps or different program stamps that they can stamp in their passport, or they can write that they went to a certain program or they tasted a certain food. You can also host a scavenger hunt at your kickoff program. We did one for our fall festival that was really exciting for young people. They went around and collected puzzle pieces at different locations in and outside the library. And then for the older kids, they actually had to go to a staff member and ask them a question. And it really got the children interacting with the staff on a different level. And you can also get your community members involved that are participating in the event to come and actually have the kids ask them a certain question, maybe about their culture. And always make sure that you get the teens involved, even in this planning process for a kickoff or a wrap-up party. The teens love to take ownership in doing the planning and actually working at the event. It gives them pride and ownership in that. Okay, so a wrap-up party at the end of the summer. We can have our prizes given out for how many books they read for the summer. You can collect the reading records, hand out certificates every year. We partner with Round Table Pizza, and they provide certificates for a personal-sized pizza and a drink. So we give those out for completing the program. And then at this point, if you decide to use the passports, they could turn those in, and you could all talk about what you did during the summer and the things that they attended, and then of course that could be a souvenir for them as well. And don't forget the food. Always important to have food. Yes. And then the one big thing I like to do is a travel bingo. And this actually started for me in 2008. I had a bug bingo party, and it was really popular for the theme, and that's the picture up there of the bingo cards that we had. So basically what I did was I had the teen volunteers prepare the bingo cards, and they just marked off the spaces, and then I printed out a bingo sheet, and they cut out all the pieces. Now this is just done with clip art. So they cut out the pieces, and then you can see in the picture their table set up at the bottom, and what they're doing is they're making their own bingo card. So they're coloring and pasting, so everyone's bingo card is unique, and it really gives them a chance, to have their own bingo card, and then you don't have everyone yelling bingo at the same time. And then for the bingo collar, I just laminate, maybe blow up some pieces, and laminate those, and then put them in a big bag or a hat or something, and then you can just pull them out. and show them, or you can say, you know, this is I pulled out the air balloon or the airplane or the car, whatever it is on your bingo card. And then we usually play till blackout, so the whole card needs to be covered. We make sure that everybody at least wins one time, and it does get kind of loud at the event, so it's good to have the blown up pictures so you can show everybody because it gets really chaotic. The prizes is the top picture. That's our prize table. And most of the prizes were from other conferences, collecting books and pens and scarves and all kinds of different things. And then the brown bags that you see in the lower half of the picture, those actually were secret gift bags. And we just put a bunch of little small stuff in the bag, and those went first. They were the first things to go because it was such a surprise, and they just really liked the excitement of not knowing what's in there. So that was really, really popular. And then a lot of the stuff was just donated. A lot of the time, if you just tell your community you're looking for used books or, you know, other sorts of things, they're really receptive to that. And then this is an example of my bingo card for this year. This is done in either Publisher, and I did one in Word. And this is all clip art from Word. So you can just use this clip art. And I tried to do it with different countries in mind, different things. So this is something I'm printing out in black and white because you want the kids to color it themselves. So I printed out black and white, the teens cut all the pieces, and then when they get there, the children assemble their own bingo card. Okay, my other project that I like to do is, this is something that I came up with from, as you see the top picture, of Play-Doh. I had a Play-Doh craft. We had feathers, we had macaroni, we had googly eyes. And a mother said to me, oh, can I take the Play-Doh thing that the Play-Doh came in a cup? I want my child to, you know, play with it in the car. Now, some people don't want Play-Doh in their car, but she didn't mind. And I thought, what a great idea. An activity for the kids to do in the car or on a plane or a train or what have you. So this is my example. My travel box. I have two other ones sitting over there. The feature of the travel box is my chalkboard paint. I love this. Chalkboard paint is awesome. For about a quart, for $12.99, you can get a quart and probably do, you know, as many as you need. I did 3, and that was nothing. You do 2 coats, and then you prime it with the chalk, and then it's ready to write. And it's really awesome. And then the other idea, which is on the table, underneath you can put contact paper and use dry erase markers or just washable markers, and then they can write and erase as they go. So in the travel box, so I was thinking the kids can make a travel box. Now this one is actually a photo box, and they're a little bit expensive, 2 for $5, but you could also use a shoe box, there's an example for that over there. So inside, I made a little flannel board. So play with your flannel board. There's a map. I found things at the dollar store, like these little postcards that were really cute. Of course, a little thing of Play-Doh. And it's your choice if you want to, you know, give types of things to put in the travel box. And then a book, of course, and chalk. So you can have your travel box, and the kids can, you know, of all ages can actually make the travel box. And if they have a parent and the younger ones, you know, they can get involved as well. So I think any age can pretty much do this project. It's about $3 to $10, depending on what kind of materials you select. And then the last thing I wanted to mention was outreach. And every year I create a summer library brochure, 1 piece of paper with all of the events that the library is having. And this is really helpful because if I go to class visits or I go see the YMCA or any local community events, I just hand them one thing and it has all of our information on it. I do class visits inside and out, outside the library and in. If people have come during the year, I invite them, give them a special invitation to the teachers to come back right before summer starts and have a class visit. With the class visits, I offer early bird signups. And what happens, I think last year I did 4 class visits in one day. I had 2 classes come in the morning, 2 classes come in the evening, and it's just me. So I thought, how am I going to deal with this? I separate one class does a craft project, and it's kind of a kickoff to summer. So it would be, something that would be representative of the theme. The other half, I do a story time and a tour, and then hand out the brochures. And I also have, when they're doing the craft, they can actually sign up for the summer library program before we have started. And that had seemed to bring in a lot more people because I let them sign up early because they came on a class visit. So I gave them the material, the reading record, and the brochure, and then that way they came back with their families. So that was a really success because a lot of the time I can't get out to the schools, but the ones that have come in, this gives them a chance to, have that extra incentive to come for our class visit. And I know you mentioned about testing. We actually have classes that came that everyone else was testing but them. So those were really nice opportunities. So the community partnerships, we have YMCA, Parks and Rec, Boys and Girls Club, day camps. They're always looking for a place to come to take their day camps, especially in our environment because it's so hot. So it's hard for them to be outside. So we try to partner with them and find out, are they doing something for kids? It's always helpful to know what your community groups are doing. And if, this year Parks and Rec can't afford a program, are they going to be sending people to the library? So you just need to be aware of that. I offer special library cards. And you can actually do program kits for checkout for the community groups, special library cards, things like that. What I also offer is when we first start, the first 200 people to sign up for the summer library program get a book bag because we were trying to cut down on the amounts of book bags that we were purchasing. So we felt like people still wanted them, but we couldn't really afford to, buy hundreds and hundreds. So we settled on 200, and we said the first 200 to sign up. So we got so many people coming in before school even ended to sign up for the summer reading program. So that got people excited as well. So it was like an extra incentive for them. And then I just have my resources for my inspiration, and then I also listed Oriental Trading metal lunchbox that you could also paint with chalkboard paint, and then they can actually put magnets on it. But it's a little bit more expensive, so if you don't have the funds for that, but that's just another idea I had gotten from the inspiration that you see there. And then it has the list of the supplies, the passport reading journal, pack of 10 for $2.95. I mean, that's a pretty good deal. So, I just am really excited about summer. And thank you for having me, and I hope you all have a great summer.